Hey, what's up guys? I decided to rotate in a new game because there hasn't been much going on. I did buy like a 3-day premium contract on DFO just because I was bored, and they have some pretty decent events right now, but this is Stardust Galaxy Warriors. I just kind of saw this from someone from my YouTube channel who subscribes to me. He actually bought this game, and I looked at it on the activity page and it looked pretty cool. It's basically a co-op oriented shmup, which obviously with my living situation I'm never going to get to play the co-op, but what's really cool about this game is you can customize how you want to play it. I've played my fair share of shmups over the year, and you know, I haven't really seen that many. I've never seen anyone actually have this kind of robust customization. So basically you can customize everything you want. I do play bullet hell games more often than traditional shmups these days, so I kind of made my own. I slowed down the bullet speed a little bit. I increased their fire rate by 40%. More power-ups. I left the enemy durability the same. I didn't mess with the shield or armor. I gave myself a bullet hell hitbox, which is basically, you know, if you ever played like a cave shmup, you'll notice that there's always like cave shmups are like one of the first games that were bullet hells that actually had, you know, something that, you know, showed you visually your hitbox. I pretty much put the hitbox down as far as it could go to facilitate the you know, how much they're firing and stuff like that. I put the fire rate up by 30%. I will be messing with this more. It's kind of my first playthrough. I'm not really a professional, you know, really good shmup player, so I just wanted something more casual, so to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and play through a level here. You also get a bunch of characters. The characters all have different roles and stuff like that. This guy is pretty much like a dash cancel character. Like, the dash attack actually does damage, and you can chain into it from your melee attacks. It's really fun. I like using it to avoid attacks and stuff like that. You have a special move. You also have stats in this game. It's like a full progression system. The upgrades aren't too interesting, to be honest. They're pretty much just basic stat increases, but it is cool how you can make a build and stuff like that. So, I've been using this guy. I haven't really messed with the other characters yet, but I will at some point. You can also customize your weapon too, which is really cool. This game just came out of nowhere. Apparently they had been working on it for like over a year. I had never heard of it. I just kind of saw it appear on the Steam page. Really awesome concept. I hope that it sells well, and maybe they'll consider putting in online co-op. I'm gonna be really depressed if this game ends up like a lot of the other Steam games that I cover, where, you know, they're really high quality games, but they just get buried in a sea of crap. I think Steam really needs to improve their curation process, because there's just too much stuff coming on Steam that's honestly mobile quality. And it makes it harder to find stuff like this, which is, you know, as far as I know, it's a hidden gem and only came out like a couple days ago. So each level is divided into 3, and you can choose one upgrade for free, and at the end of the level, when you fight the end boss, you will get a chance to use all the money that you have to get your own like customized, personal upgrades. So right now I'm going with damage and crit chance. I'll go ahead and decrease my damage a little bit, or damage taken. It's interesting that people always say shmups are all the same. And for a while I thought that that was true. Like, you know, most shmups that you play, the main thing that like distinguishes them from each other is like, you know, if it's a bullet hell game or not. That's obviously one of the main ways you can classify a shmup, and the scoring. And for a lot of shmups, especially the ones that come out nowadays, those are pretty much the only defining features. But this has a lot of really unique things: a 4-player co-op, a full progression system. You can customize, you know, pretty much everything about the game, all of its mechanics basically. It's really cool. I hope that this does well, because it's actually you know, moving the genre forward. It's kind of like how Transformers, I know some people didn't like the gear system in that game, and they thought that it would trivialize the game, but I honestly thought, you know, someone who put like 40-50 hours into that game, I thought it was pretty cool to see a character action game that did something, you know, had a really robust gear system. No one else has really done that. At least not a really fast-paced one. I imagine I would be having a much harder time if I hadn't lowered my hitbox like as far as it went and increased the bullet speed. It's pretty crazy how it can go up like another 70%. I'm still wrapping my head around that fact. But that's probably something I would do at a New Game Plus file or something. I'm assuming that this has New Game Plus. This is pretty much a blind playthrough, by the way. I saw like a little peek of the bosses, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know what other features this game has. I'm thinking this might be a shmup that you could actually speedrun, because you actually have full control over your stats and everything. Well, there's a whole level. I'm really enjoying this game so far. It's pretty crazy that there's 3 other characters and this huge little upgrade tree and everything. So basically, unfortunately, the skill tree is not as interesting as they make it seem to be on the store page. You know, the advertisement that they have for this, it's pretty much all just stat upgrades. You can increase your super meter. You can get a better shield, which, you know, on this mode that I'm using is pretty beneficial. Crit chance, and of course attack up. And you can also increase how long the power-ups last, and you know, how attracted they get to your ship, like how close you have to be to them. I don't really know what these do, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this one. That's pretty much one level of Stardust Galaxy Warriors. I'll have more in the near future if you guys want to see any more footage of this. I'm really enjoying it so far. I like the customization. I think that's what really sets this apart. The shmup genre honestly has been pretty stagnant, especially the past few years. There's been a lot of imitations that haven't been that great. They haven't really pushed the genre forward. I think even though, you know, arguably you can make this one pretty casual because you can customize everything, I think it's cool how it really raises the bar for the genre and actually brings in something new. Right now they have it on sale for $9, but it's going to go up to $10 by the time you see this. It's only a 10% discount. The soundtrack is also on sale too. So far the soundtrack is pretty good, so if you're interested you can pick it up. My one complaint with this game is that it's pretty much the common one that you hear from everything, is that it is only local co-op. I hope that they will fix that at some point. I hear that with Shadow Play, there's like a new update you can get with the GeForce Experience that allows you to play online co-op with local only games. Maybe I'll try that with you guys at some point. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.